Hey friends, it's Mr. Affordable Housing and we're back for another episode of Ask Mr. Affordable Housing. This is where I answer realtors and our clients' questions because a lot of times realtors have clients who are interested in investing in rental properties but also want to participate in some of the security that they get from the consistent cash flow with a property that has some tenants whose rents are being subsidized by the government. And throughout 2020, all the way through the pandemic, all of our clients lost a lot of rental income because, quite frankly, the government said to the renters, you don't have to pay your landlord. But those who were on a rental subsidy because they were affordable, the affordable population, thus we implemented the subsidized housing model. So these clients of ours had a portion of their portfolio that was secured. So the question I have today is, what is your risk tolerance concerning affordable housing projects? I love this question, I really do, because when we're consulting a new potential client, I'll use a client that we had last week who was interested. They're running a traditional student housing rental model. It doesn't have to be for students, but they're renting to a lot of students and they're renting to young professionals. They're struggling a little bit with that population. Some are just not paying rent and they just have a lot of attrition, especially with the student population because they move out every quarter, and just keeping up with the occupancy. And I love this question because, quite frankly, when we encounter a investor, property owner who is interested in diversifying their portfolio and enjoying a little bit of the security and the secured rents with those tenants who are subsidized, I always tell them that I ask them a couple questions. And number one, I ask if they've ever done this before. What is their exposure and experience level to working with the affordable or formerly homeless population? And how are they going to manage this project? And I mean the day-to-day, like who's going to be collecting the rents from them? Who's going to be taking the tenant need calls, handling the work orders, maintenance, all that good stuff. And I kind of want to feel what their wherewithal is and their knowledge of that population. Because I'll get a lot of people who ask the question, well, you know, I don't know, never done it before, never worked with formerly homeless renters, but hey, how about we just focus on housing women and children or veterans? Because in their mind, there's a little bit of a preconceived notion that women who are coming out of homelessness, their trauma might not be as impactful and their behavior might not be as intense as a man. I don't know where they come up with that. And or veterans, because in their mind, again, they're doing a good thing for the community. They're helping veterans out. Maybe they have veterans in their family. But a lot of times I know that they're picturing the war hero who lost a limb, and they're doing this person a really good deed by helping them get into housing because they can't work right now, but they've got their military benefits and the VA salary and all that good stuff. Quite frankly, both populations, women, to me, in the affordable housing community, women renters, female renters can be just as problematic or volatile as a male. Why not? And veterans, oftentimes, if a veteran's been experiencing homelessness, there's a lot more baggage prior to even the instance of homelessness. So I always say you have to have the stomach for this. You know, there is a profile, there's an avatar of the ideal investor who would participate in this. And that is somebody who, one, understands that their rental properties are a business. They're not doing it so they can be best friends with the tenants. They're not doing it so that they can know everything about that tenant's lives and become their surrogate parent. They're treating it as a business. The design of any rental property is number two, to cash flow. That's the whole point. And as long as they understand that and allow the workers who are helping the individuals to do their social services, for us as the consulting firm to match make, for us as the realty firm to help them with the acquisition, everybody does their part and they treat it like a business. So those are the two first things. Secondly, if it's somebody who really wants to be involved in the daily grind and get to know every single thing about every single person and their struggles, that is not the profile. So I always say you have to know that you're not going to live there, you want it to cash flow, and you are open to the coaching and the learning of the ins and outs of working with subsidies.